This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending March 9th, 2024. The market finished lower this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average decreased minus 0.18% on Friday and was down minus 0.93% for the week. The S&P 500 decreased minus 0.65% on Friday and was down minus 0.26% for the week. The Nasdaq decreased minus 1.16% on Friday and was down minus 1.17% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 6 up finishes versus 9 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday and Tuesday, all the major indexes finished down. On Wednesday and Thursday, they all finished up. And on Friday, all the major indexes finished down again. How did you do? My small account finished minus 4.13% lower, but still generated cash flow of 1.77%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. Now, I don't use charts. I don't use fundamental analysis. I don't use indicators or signals. And I definitely don't sit in front of the computer screen all day to watch the market. I simply choose a stock from my watch list to sell covered calls and or naked puts. I do have 5 criteria for choosing stocks to put on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row, however, is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. I choose the stock option based on whether I own the stock or I would like to own the stock. I choose a strike price, an expiration date, a bid, and I submit a limit order. Then I wait for execution. If the sale does not execute, I may change my order or wait until the next day to submit a new order. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was Cipher Mining Incorporated, ticker symbol CIFR in the first column. It was up 2.63% on Friday and increased 13.59% for the week. Cipher Mining Incorporated is a technology company that develops and operates industrial-scale Bitcoin mining data centers. They have 4 mining centers in Texas. There's one in Odessa, there's one in Happy, Texas, and there are 2 near Andrews, Texas. The chief facility is near Andrews, and it is also connected to the local electric grid. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that Cipher has decreased minus 15.01% year to date. I have generated cash flow from Cipher. I generated cash flow from selling 4 different option contracts this week, 3 calls and 1 put that range from $4.34 to $35.34. So on Monday, I sold a put for $20.34. On Wednesday, I sold a call for $15.34. And on Friday, I sold 2 calls, one for $35.34 and one for $4.34. That is a total of $75.36, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small. And $75.36 in cash flow was 1.77% of my account value. If you use this system, this money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it or leave it in to build your cash balance and or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. For example, to 10x the cash flow to $753.60, use a larger account, and instead of selling 1 of everything I sold, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week when it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. And that is what I am openly showing you every week as it happens. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by about 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 14.3% versus 7.66% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 21.96%. So I am losing to the S&P 500 by about 22% after the first couple of months of the year. It is not unusual to beat the S&P 500 one year and then lose to the index the next year. Will I befall this same fate? My account had been slowly cutting the deficit to SPY, but this week SPY only lost minus 0.22%, while my account lost minus 4.13%. Will I gain on the S&P 500? Tune in next week to find out. Bitcoin Watch. Bitcoin gained 9.73% this past week and is in a bull market. It is touching new highs this week. It is up just over 63% year to date. Some believe that Bitcoin is really the only long-term investment you need. What do you say? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Or are you one to believe that you only need to invest in Bitcoin? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.